Hello. In this video, I'm going to show you how to properly configure your Zoom application so that you'll be ready to join the AUSCP virtual assembly. It's important that you go through these steps before you try to join the meeting, because during the meeting you will not be able to change your username. So you'll want to get this set up before you try to join either on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. First, you'll need to find your Zoom application. I have an icon here on my desktop, and you might as well. It's a little white camera on a blue background, as you see right there. If it's not, you can go to your Windows search bar and type in Zoom, Z-O-O-M, and you would click Start App. All right. That's going to open up with a window, and it's going to ask me to sign in. Now, this is on my Windows machine, but if you're on a Macintosh, I'm going to switch over to a Mac screen right now. You notice the icon is still the same, just in case you have a Mac, and the sign-in process is the same on any platform. So we'll double-click our Zoom icon. It's going to want me to sign in. So I will go here to my sign-in screen, and I'm going to sign in with the email address that I've registered with Zoom. And then I'll input my password. So again, here we'll input your email address, and in this field here we'll be putting in our password. Okay. Now this is a helpful box right here to tick where it says keep me signed in. That's a good thing to do. Then you'll be signed in with this. So it's going to sign me in, and it's going to bring me to this splash screen. Now, you might already have your Zoom client already properly configured, and you won't need to sign in. But we're going to look up here in this right-hand corner. There are a couple things I want you to pay attention to. First one, where it says my initials, JB, for Jorge Bergoglio. That's the first letter of my first name and last name. And we'll get back to that in just a minute. But right now we want to focus on this right here, this little cog where it says settings, okay? Now again, this is the same on Mac or on Windows, so you'll just click that little settings tab. Then you're going to want to go to this tab right here that says profile. And when you click on profile, it's going to open this up. Now you'll notice it has my name listed right here. But that name is not properly configured for our virtual assembly. So you're going to want to click on Edit My Profile. Okay, now again, it's the same on both the Mac and the Windows side at this point. So you'll click on Edit My Profile. So when I click on Edit My Profile, it's going to take me to the Zoom web page. Now this window is going to hang out there, so you can close it. But as you see here, since I've already logged in once, my email address and my password are already filled in. Yours might not be, and if they're not, that's okay. Just type in the email address and the password that you have for your Zoom account. Then we'll click Sign In. Oh, now this is a CAPTCHA. So it's going to want me to select all the crosswalks, which is okay because I can see a crosswalk there. And what this is doing is just checking to make sure that I'm not a computer trying to log into the meeting. So let's see if we see any more crosswalks. I'm not seeing any more. We'll start that again. It seemed to not like my answers. And it verifies, okay, it knows I'm not a computer. So now we're at the profile screen, and you'll know that because this blue tab is highlighted here. It says Profile. Now, here is my name as it's currently input, Jorge Bergoglio. But we want to edit this. So if you notice here, there's an Edit button right here. I'm zooming in on it there for you so you can see it. A reminder, if you need to pause this video and come back to it, it's okay. Now you don't want to click any of these other edits. That's not necessary for what we need to get done here. We're just going to edit this. and it'll bring up my first name and last name. Now, for my first name, most people don't call me Jorge anymore, so I'm going to input the name that most people know me by, Francis. And then for my last name, this is where I'm going to put that 10-digit number that the AUSCP sent me in the email. The email probably came to my email address, and it said Jorge, and then this 10-digit number, and then it said Bergoglio. Yours would be the same. It would say your first name, and then where your middle name should be, it'll be the 10-digit number. So then I'm going to input this 10-digit number. Okay. So again, we want to say our first name is the name that we want to be referred to during the virtual assembly, maybe your nickname or your first name, whatever it might be. And again, your last name is the 10-digit number that you were assigned by AUSCP. Now, once you've done that, then you're going to want to go down here to where it says Save Changes. All right. So we'll click Save Changes. All right. And you'll notice that my name went from Jorge Bergoglio to Francis with the 10-digit number following it. Okay. So that means that we've got that set up. So I'm going to close my browser because we're done here for right now. And now you notice that my little user ID has changed from JB, the first two initials of my first and last name, to F7. So we know that it has changed. But what we're going to want to do, just to double check it, is we'll go back to our settings pane, go back to our profile button. See, and there it is. So now we know that when I log into my next meeting, this is how my name is going to come up. Francis 74321567885. Okay? So we are good and we are set up there. Now, one other thing you might want to do while you're in this splash page before you try to join the meetings is make sure that your Zoom client is up to date. And if you click here where your initials are, your little icon there, and you scroll down, it'll say check for updates. You see that right there? Check for updates. So if you click check for updates, it's going to say, well, it might say, oh no, you need to update this, but I'm up to date, so I'm good. So we'll click done. The other thing I want to show you here, which is very helpful, is if you go back to your web browser, and your web browser might be Google Chrome, it might be Safari, it might be Internet Explorer. But if you go to support, support.zoom.us and hit return, let me show you this web address up close. So it says it says support.zoom.us. If you type that into this little menu bar, it's going to bring you to this page, which is the Zoom Help Center. Now, this is a very good place to come, especially if you click on this button here for users and participants. This will give you access to a number of really good articles and videos you can watch, whether it's getting started, how to schedule your own meeting for other times, things like that, joining a meeting, and some other good things. You can click around here and watch videos and learn about the Zoom client and learn how to work with your Zoom client, how to mute yourself, how to unmute yourself. But they'll all be here. You can just click around on this page and learn more about joining a meeting. There are videos to watch. You'll see here, I'll just start this little video just for a quick second. And they'll come on and they do an excellent job of teaching you how to use
Today
Zoom.
We'll be going over how to join a Zoom meeting.
So that's a very easy thing. So if you have any more questions, make sure to join our final Zoom pre-assembly meeting, which will be on Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. So again, that's Sunday, June 21st at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, and 5 o'clock on the West Coast, 8 p.m. on Sunday night. If you have more questions, we'll look forward to having you there with us. Thank you, and God bless.